Hey, so I'm just using this to push models that I made so people can use this to get into modeling easily. Um, been watching the videos about modeling and getting into it's really interesting, and been working with these templates and trying to get the head right was not working, so I went ahead and modified them. So we got two templates, got the woman torso and just normal i6. If you just click it, it'll automatically do everything. In the Explorer, you're going to have to edit stuff such as with your skin color and stuff, but you can get the right torso and stuff, so you don't have to do much work on trying to find other models or editing other models. I'm just using this to try and make it easier for other people to make their own models for stuff like Uneve, Parade, and stuff. There's a bunch of options in it, so if we go back with this one, you got some settings in it, right? So you can if you check this skinny one, it'll set the model to be like what the dummy is. It'll make everything like a skinny type of arm and torso and stuff. And you can edit it so that only your player can use the model when it gets imported. And for stuff like, I'll show you how to do body colors real quick. So for this one, we know it's blank, and faces will just show it's the plastic, and I'll just show that that's how you edit the head color. So it's gray, and I'll change the jaw to that color, and then you get this color. With body colors, it will work with the body color thing that I showed. So with this, you saw it was showing up gray earlier. If I just change the left and right arm real quick to try and show the color on the woman morph, it will change my avatar colors. If you want it to be the same as the morph, you have to change them in the end in the dummy. So you go to the dummy section and you change these to that same color. With adding accessories and stuff, so I use plugins, right? I got this plugin called Insert Asset. You can get it from Toolbox with plugins. You just type Insert Asset and you use this one. And you can insert, like this is my hair, right? So I insert my hair and it'll show up here, right? What I've been doing is I go into it and I will select all the, like you don't need any of this stuff. The only thing you need to save is the mesh, and then you also save the part. And once you do that, you can take this out of the mesh part accessory and take it in your workplace and it'll move to the bottom, right? Then you delete the part accessory and you rename, like I'll rename this to just hair. And we'll put it on my women template. So we'll uncheck that and we will drag up and we go to hair and we'll drag it into hair. And then with F3X, you just position where you want the hair to be on your model. Like, just an example, roughly. You would position it there. And then you have to anchor the whole model again so that the hair stays. Because, like, I'll just show you. If you don't anchor it, it'll fall off your model. So you have to anchor the whole model once you put the hair there so that it'll stay. So then when I anchor it, I go back, I click my model, and I'll get my hair. And then there is a way to insert the textures. Hair. You go to the mesh because this is what the model is. And then you'll take your texture ID and take it in the texture ID, and then you insert that, and it changes your texture. So now I got my purple hair that's been going with everything else. This is somewhat the same with other accessories. So with this one, I'll use the violin because that's pretty easy to work with. So I'll take my violin ID. I'll go to the same asset insert and add it. So we get the violin. We will do the same thing as earlier, right? We'll go through, keep the mesh, drag it out of the accessory, delete that, then I rename this to violin so I remember where it is. And for this is a torso accessory, right? So in the assets, you'll have torso here, and you can uncheck it and you get an accessories thing. So you will drag the violin up, because it's a torso accessory, it's going on my waist. So I put it there, and then I change it with F3X. So I'll just change the position real quick. It would go roughly there, and then I remember to anchor the whole model, and then after I do that, that will keep my violin. And on the GUI you get, if you go to accessories, you'll see it'll show up in your accessories. And then with this GUI you can do a bunch, like you can just disable the accessory. You can do the same with your hair. There's other stuff with like outfits that I've seen, but I haven't really gotten into making outfits on the GUI yet. So that's something that I have to figure out. An important thing that people probably want to know right now is clothing. Clothing is really simple to add. So in the assets, you have a pants and shirt little insert thing. So I'm gonna grab just something random. So I would take my shirt and put the ID into the template, and that'll show up on your avatar, right? So if I go back in, it'll show up on my avatar, but it won't show up on the dummy for others to see. So if you want to know that's on your avatar, you have to go into dummy and you go to shirt, and then you do the same thing, and it'll show up on the dummy. And that'd be the same with pants. You go in, you add it to the dummy, and then you add it to your avatar. And then you can see you get your clothing. Custom faces, they're kind of simple to add. I use a different plugin for adding faces, but I'm pretty sure you can use the same one, which I'm just gonna try on the same one real quick. So with those, you would go back into head and faces, right? You're gonna be adding it back onto this part. So let me just insert a face decal. So I get the decal, right? I would go down and I'm going to drag the decal onto the head part, and it attaches the face. So you can get custom faces this way. So we can add one that I normally use from customization hell, and then we drag it down into the head, and I get the face that I use in roleplay. Something else, like especially with Uneve, I've seen that you can't really customize stuff like transparency. And with this, you can change transparency on accessories. So I will swap a shirt real quick just so I can show what I mean by this. So, okay. So let's say I want to add, like if I want to add depth to an accessory. So my OC, they have a scar, and that scar is being hidden underneath that lace. So what you can do, let's insert that accessory real quick. So insert the asset, and then as we do, we get this. And this is going on my left arm. So I would go to left arm accessories, and then I would drag it in. The thing is, you have a skinny model, right? So since you have that skinny model, you kinda have to change, like this arm is different, just so I can measure where the accessory should go. So if we go back to this one, my left arm is 121, that's normal R6 size. So you can go over and you can rename the dummy left arm to be 1, 2, 1, and then that way you can measure where your accessory should be. So let's go ahead and do this accessory real quick. So I have my accessory here. I'm saying it looks weird because it's above where the lace should be. So if you want to add depth, you can go to that, and in the appearance there's going to be transparency, and I can set this. It goes from 0 to 1. If you do 1, it's completely gone. So if I do like 0.5, you can tell the scar is still there, but now it looks like it's being covered. It's less visible. It blends in more. It's not like poking out. It doesn't look unrealistic. It looks nice. So I'm going to be posting the main blank templates in a MediaFire link in the description of this. And if you need help with stuff, you can comment in the video. And I'm going to try and figure more stuff out with models, like with outfits and stuff. So I'll reveal more as I figure out more. And there's someone I've been watching that really helped with learning these models, and that was Unknowings, because they have a whole tutorial, like playlists. All their videos are on this kind of stuff, and that's really helping me get into modeling. So I'm going to link their playlist in the description as well.